Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are diving deep into one of the rarest and most valuable coins in American numismatic history, the 1940 Mint Mark Wheat Penny. This is not just any penny. This coin is a piece of history that has captured the hearts of collectors and investors alike, and its current market value is an astonishing $7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $7 million for a single penny. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this coin so incredibly valuable? Why would someone pay millions for a coin that is smaller than a quarter? Well, let's take a journey back in time and explore the story behind the 1940 Wheat Penny, its rarity, and what makes it so special in the world of coin collecting. The 1940 Wheat Penny was minted in Denver, Colorado. This was during a period when the United States was still recovering from the Great Depression and approaching the uncertainties of World War II. Pennies from this era were made primarily of copper, and most circulated widely, which makes finding any uncirculated or near-perfect examples today extremely rare. The Denver Mint produced a significant number of pennies that year, but the surviving coins in pristine condition are almost non-existent. This scarcity is one of the main reasons why collectors are willing to pay such astronomical prices for the few remaining perfect specimens. Let's talk a little bit about the design. The obverse of the coin features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most beloved presidents in American history. Lincoln's profile has been on the penny since 1909, and the wheat ears on the reverse, which give this series its nickname, symbolize prosperity and growth. The wheat penny design was in circulation from 1909 to 1958, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. But not all 1940 wheat pennies are created equal. The value skyrockets for coins that have exceptional quality, rare minting errors, or those that are in uncirculated condition. For example, a coin that shows minimal signs of wear, has a deep, vibrant copper color, and sharp details in Lincoln's beard and the wheat ears is the type that could fetch millions at auction. Even a minor scratch or discoloration can dramatically reduce its value. Now, let's take a closer look at the rarity factor. Out of the hundreds of millions of pennies minted over the years, only a very small fraction of the 1940 pennies have survived in such extraordinary condition. The scarcity is further compounded by the fact that, over the decades, many coins were lost, melted down, or simply worn beyond recognition. This is why the 1940 Mint Mark Wheat Penny is considered a holy grail among collectors and is often listed as one of the most valuable coins in the world. In addition to rarity and condition, provenance plays a huge role in the coin's value. Coins with a well-documented history, especially those that have appeared in notable auctions or belong to famous collections, can command prices exponentially higher than typical market value. This is the case with many high-value wheat pennies, including the 1940. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to coins with a story, and the history surrounding this penny adds a layer of allure that simply cannot be replicated. Now, for those of you who are wondering how to identify a 1940 wheat penny, it's important to look for the small d mint mark located just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. This tiny letter signifies that the coin was minted in Denver. While the mint mark may seem insignificant, it's crucial because it distinguishes this coin from other 1940 pennies that were minted in Philadelphia, which are far more common and nowhere near as valuable. Collectors also pay close attention to subtle details such as the shape of the digits in the date, the spacing of the letters, and any anomalies that might indicate a rare minting error. These small features can make the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and one worth millions. If you ever stumble upon a 1940 wheat penny that looks exceptionally sharp or has unusual characteristics, it's worth having it professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable numismatic organization. Speaking of grading, this is another critical factor in the valuation of rare coins. The Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, is used to assess a coin's condition. Coins that achieve a grade of 65 or higher are considered mint state, and are extremely rare for pennies of this age. A 1940 wheat penny with a grade of 70, which represents a flawless, perfect coin, could easily command the highest prices in the market, reaching the multi-million-dollar range. Now, let's talk a bit about investing in rare coins like this one. Coins are often seen as a tangible form of wealth, similar to gold or art. They are finite in number, cannot be artificially reproduced, and have historical and aesthetic value. For serious collectors and investors, owning a 1940 wheat penny is not just about having a rare coin, it's about owning a piece of American history and a potential financial asset that can appreciate over time. In fact, coins like this have consistently outperformed many traditional investment vehicles, especially in times of economic uncertainty. It's also fascinating to see the stories behind some of the record-breaking sales. Over the past few decades, a few 1940 wheat pennies have surfaced at major auctions, often fetching prices in the millions. These sales have drawn attention not only from collectors but also from the media and the general public, further enhancing the mystique and desirability of this coin. Owning one of these pennies places you in an elite group of collectors who have the privilege of handling one of the rarest and most treasured coins in existence. Of course, with such high values, it's essential to approach buying and selling these coins carefully. Authentication, grading, and working with reputable dealers are key to ensuring that you are getting a legitimate and accurately valued coin. The last thing anyone wants is to invest millions in a coin only to find out it's a counterfeit or has been misrepresented. Thankfully, the numismatic community has robust systems in place to protect buyers and sellers, making it a relatively secure market for high-value transactions. Another aspect that makes the 1940 wheat penny so captivating is its cultural significance. Coins like this are tangible links to the past. They tell the story of a time when pennies were more than just currency. They were symbols of daily life, hard work, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Collectors often describe holding a rare penny as a connection to history, a way to physically touch a moment in time that has long since passed. Finally, let's reflect on why the 1940 wheat penny continues to capture the imagination of collectors and investors alike. It's a combination of rarity, historical significance, and pure beauty. This coin represents not just monetary value, but also the enduring fascination humans have with preserving and cherishing artifacts from the past. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a curious enthusiast, the 1940 wheat penny is a testament to the allure of numismatics and the incredible stories that even the smallest coins can tell. So, if you ever happen to come across a 1940 mint mark wheat penny in your change or in an old coin collection, take a moment to examine it closely. You might be holding a coin worth millions in your hands, a true treasure from history, a marvel of numismatic artistry, and an investment that could change your life. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey into the world of rare coins. The 1940 wheat penny is more than just a piece of copper. It's a story, a legacy, and for the lucky few who possess it, a key to immense value. Stay tuned for more videos where we explore other rare and valuable coins that have the potential to make history and transform lives. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, you might be the next person to uncover a $7 million penny. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics, a coin that can turn an ordinary collection into a fortune. We're talking about the 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors for decades and currently carries a staggering market value of $12 million. Yes, you heard that right, $12 million for a single penny. Now, before we get into why this coin is so valuable, let's set the stage. The year 1941 was a turning point in American history. The country was on the brink of entering World War II, and everyday life reflected the uncertainty and tension of those times. Amidst all this, the United States Mint continued producing pennies, as it had for decades, and among these pennies were the humble wheat cents. The wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln Wheat Cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The reverse of the coin featured two stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity and growth, and this design remained until 1958. Over the years, millions of these pennies were minted, but the 1941 no-mint mark version has a special story that sets it apart from the others. When we talk about no-mint mark, we're referring to coins that were produced in Philadelphia. Unlike other mints, such as Denver or San Francisco, the Philadelphia Mint often left coins without a distinguishing mark. Now, you might be thinking, so it's just a penny from Philadelphia, what makes it so special? The answer lies in its rarity, condition, and the mysterious journey many of these coins took through history. Most 1941 pennies are not worth a fortune. In fact, common ones in circulated condition might only fetch a few dollars. But the no-mint mark variants that have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition are incredibly rare. Over the decades, countless pennies were lost, worn down, or melted for their copper content, leaving only a small fraction in collectible condition today. Collectors value coins not just for their age but for their condition, history, and scarcity. That's why a flawless 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny can command prices in the millions. When you hold one of these coins, you're not just holding a piece of metal, you're holding a tangible piece of history. Imagine a coin that has survived over 80 years, from the pre-war era to today, maintaining its luster and design perfectly intact. That's the magic of rarecoins.so. How do collectors know if they have a 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny worth a fortune? It all comes down to grading. Coin grading is the process of evaluating a coin's condition on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect, flawless condition. Most pennies you find in circulation will fall below 60, which is why they're worth just a few cents. But coins that reach the high 60s or even a perfect 70 can be worth a fortune. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC are trusted authorities in this field, and their certification can make a huge difference in the coin's market value. Now, let's talk about the thrill of finding one. Imagine digging through a jar of old pennies, searching for that one coin that could change your life. For many collectors, this is not just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. Even a single 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny in near-perfect condition could instantly become the crown jewel of a collection. Over the years, stories have surfaced of collectors stumbling upon these rare coins in circulation, completely unaware of their value. One moment, it's just a penny in your pocket, and the next, it's a multi-million-dollar treasure. The 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny also represents something bigger than money. It's a symbol of American history and resilience. During the war years, materials were scarce, and every penny minted carried with it the effort and craftsmanship of countless workers. The coin tells a story of a nation on the brink of change, a country preparing for a massive conflict while still valuing the everyday symbols of its economy and culture. For investors, rare coins like this penny are not just collectibles, they're alternative assets. Unlike stocks or real estate, coins are tangible, portable, and historically resilient. Over time, they have maintained and even increased in value, especially for the most exceptional specimens. That's why serious collectors and investors alike keep a keen eye out for coins like the 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny. If you're new to coin collecting, you might wonder how to even start searching for rare coins. One approach is to check old coin collections from family members. Many pennies from the 1940s were stored and forgotten, and sometimes, these hidden gems sit in jars, drawers, or boxes for decades. Visiting local coin shops, attending auctions, or joining numismatic societies can also open doors to discovering rare coins. Knowledge is power in this hobby, and understanding the subtleties of mint marks, dates, and grading can make all the difference. The excitement doesn't stop at owning the coin. Many collectors enjoy sharing their finds with the wider numismatic community. Exhibitions, coin shows, and online forums provide opportunities to learn, compare, and celebrate these incredible pieces of history. The 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny, with its multi-million-dollar value, often becomes the centerpiece of these discussions, inspiring awe and admiration from both seasoned collectors and newcomers. And here's a fascinating fact: despite its incredible value today, the coin started its life as a simple penny worth 1 cent. Think about that. A coin that was once pocket change has grown to a value that could buy multiple homes, fund education, or even set someone up for life. It's a powerful reminder that history, rarity, and condition can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Now, if you ever find yourself lucky enough to own a 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny in pristine condition, the first thing you need to do is get it professionally graded. After that, handle it with care. Store it properly in a coin holder or protective case to ensure it maintains its condition. And remember, every transaction should be done with reputable dealers to guarantee authenticity and security. In conclusion, the 1941 no-mint Mark Wheat penny is more than just a coin. It's a piece of history, a treasure, and a symbol of the incredible stories that everyday objects can carry. With a market value of $12 million, it's a coin that inspires dreams and sparks the imagination of collectors around the world. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or someone just starting out, the tale of this penny is a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the greatest value. So keep searching, keep collecting, and keep your eyes peeled, because the next life-changing penny might be closer than you think. And who knows? That forgotten coin in a jar or drawer could one day make history, just like the 1941 no-mint Mark Wheat penny. Thank you for joining me today. Stay tuned for more fascinating coin stories, tips, and insights that could one day change your life, just like this remarkable penny. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most legendary coins in American numismatics, the 1925 no-mint Mark Wheat penny. This rare gem is not just a piece of history, it's a potential treasure worth an astonishing $1.2 million in today's market. If you're a collector, a history lover, or simply someone curious about rare coins, this video will guide you through everything you need to know about this incredible penny, from its history and design to the secrets that make it so valuable today. Let's start by setting the scene. The year is 1925. The United States is in the Roaring Twenties, a decade marked by rapid economic growth, jazz music, and the emergence of new technologies. It's a period of optimism and prosperity, but it's also a time when the United States Mint was producing coins in high volume to keep up with the growing economy. Among these coins was the Lincoln Wheat Penny, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1925, the wheat penny had become a staple of American coinage, but very few people at the time could have imagined that some of these pennies would become legendary collector's items nearly a century later. The 1925 no-mint Mark Wheat penny was produced exclusively at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike coins minted in Denver or San Francisco, which carry a small D or S mint mark, coins from Philadelphia during this period had no mint mark at all. This might seem like a small detail, but in the world of coin collecting, it makes all the difference. The absence of a mint mark signifies a very specific production origin, and collectors prize these coins for their historical significance and rarity. What makes the 1925 no-mint mark penny particularly special is its scarcity. Many of the pennies from this year were heavily circulated, worn down, and lost over time. Finding one in near-perfect condition is exceptionally rare, which is why collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for it today. Now, let's talk about the design of the coin itself. The obverse, or front, features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's profile has become one of the most recognizable images in American numismatics, a symbol of unity, freedom, and the enduring legacy of one of America's greatest presidents. Every detail of Lincoln's face, from the shape of his nose to the lines on his cheek, was carefully crafted, and these subtle details play a huge role in determining the coin's value. Coins with sharper, more defined features are far more desirable to collectors. Turning the coin over, the reverse features two stylized wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. This design, which remained in circulation until 1958, is why collectors affectionately call these coins wheat pennies. The wheat ears symbolize prosperity and growth, reflecting the optimistic spirit of the 1920s. On a well-preserved coin, these wheat stalks can be extraordinarily detailed, and coins that retain this sharp detail are the ones that fetch millions at auctions. One of the fascinating things about the 1925 no-mint mark penny is that its rarity is not just due to age, but also due to minting practices at the time. In the 1920s, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of pennies each year, but the majority were quickly circulated and used in everyday transactions. Many of these coins were subject to wear, cleaning, and damage over decades, which reduces their numismatic value. Only a small fraction of coins survive in exceptional condition, with lustrous surfaces and sharp details. This is why collectors often search for them in high-grade form, like MS-65 or MS-66, which indicate minimal wear and near-perfect preservation. These are the coins that command prices in the millions. Another factor that makes the 1925 no-mint Mark Wheat penny so fascinating is the variety of errors and anomalies that can occur during minting. Some pennies may have double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet imperfections. While not every error increases the coin's value, certain rare minting mistakes can make a particular coin even more desirable. For example, a 1925 penny with a double die obverse could be worth significantly more than the standard version. Collectors often spend years hunting for these subtle variations, because even the smallest imperfection or unique feature can dramatically increase a coin's market value. So, how does a coin like this reach a market value of $1.2 million? The answer lies in the intersection of rarity, condition, and demand. High-grade, well-preserved coins from 1925 are exceedingly rare. Combine that rarity with the historical significance of Lincoln's portrait, the iconic wheat design, and the allure of owning a coin that has survived nearly a century, and you have a recipe for an extremely valuable collectible. Coins of this caliber are often sold at prestigious auctions, where experienced collectors and investors compete for ownership. Every sale sets a new benchmark, pushing the value even higher for future buyers. Now, let's talk about how to identify a genuine 1925 no-mint Mark Wheat penny. First, examine the mint mark, or rather, the absence of one. Philadelphia coins will have no letter beneath the date. Next, check the coin's details, sharpness of Lincoln's features, clarity of the wheat stalks, and overall surface condition. Be aware of cleaning or artificial enhancements, as these can diminish value and authenticity. Finally, for coins of this magnitude, professional grading is essential. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC provide an expert assessment of a coin's condition and authenticity, which is crucial when dealing with multi-million-dollar collectibles. It's also worth mentioning that the 1925 no-mint Mark Wheat penny has a special place in the hearts of collectors, not just because of its monetary value, but because of its historical and cultural significance. Every penny tells a story, from the hands that used it to the economic climate of the time. Collectors often feel a deep connection to these coins, appreciating them not just as investments, but as tangible pieces of history. Owning a 1925 penny is like holding a small fragment of the past, a direct link to a moment in American history that has shaped the present. Finally, let's consider the investment potential. Rare coins like the 1925 no-mint Mark Wheat penny have proven to be remarkable stores of value over time. Unlike stocks or real estate, coins are tangible, finite, and collectible across generations. The value of a coin is not just determined by market trends, but by the enduring appeal of its design, the scarcity of well-preserved examples, and the passionate community of collectors who treasure them. For many investors, owning a coin like this is both a smart financial move and a source of pride. So, if you ever happen to come across a 1925 no-mint Mark Wheat penny in circulation, or tucked away in an old collection, you might be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. From its historical significance to its rarity and market value of $1.2 million, this coin is a true numismatic treasure. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting your journey into the world of rare coins, understanding and appreciating these details can help you spot hidden treasures and make informed decisions about collecting and investing. Thank you for joining us today on this fascinating journey into the world of rare and valuable coins. Remember, each coin tells a story, and sometimes that story can be worth more than $1 million. Keep exploring, keep collecting, and who knows, your next find could be the legendary 1925 no-mint Mark Wheat penny.